wish all our viewers a very happy Independence Day. On to the top story that we are going to be discussing this hour. The Prime Minister's praise for the RSS from the ramparts of the Red Fort has become the biggest political flashpoint this Independence Day. The Prime Minister, in front of the nation and the world, hailed the RSS, calling it the world's biggest NGO, praising a century of its service, calling its discipline, sacrifice and nation-building role inspiring. The Prime Minister didn't just mention the Sangh, he placed it at the heart of his national narrative.
आज मैं बहुत गर्व के साथ एक बात का जिक्र करना चाहता हूं। आज से 100 साल पहले एक संगठन का जन्म हुआ, राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ। 100 साल की राष्ट्र की सेवा एक बहुत ही गौरवपूर्ण स्वर्णिम पृष्ठ है। व्यक्ति निर्माण से राष्ट्र निर्माण के संकल्प को लेकर के 100 साल तक मां भारती का कल्याण का लक्ष्य लेकर के लक्षावधि स्वयंसेवकों ने मातृभूमि के कल्याण के लिए अपना जीवन समर्पित किया है। सेवा, समर्पण, संगठन और अप्रतिम अनुशासन ये जिसकी पहचान रही है, ऐसा राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ दुनिया का ये सबसे बड़ा एनजीओ है। एक प्रकार से 100 साल का उसका समर्पण का इतिहास है। आज लाल किले की प्राचीर से 100 साल की इस राष्ट्र सेवा की यात्रा में योगदान करने वाले सभी स्वयंसेवकों को आदरपूर्वक स्मरण करता हूं।
Now, for supporters of BJP and RSS, this was a moment of historical recognition. On the biggest national platform, the PM acknowledged an organization that, in their view, has worked silently at the grassroots for 100 years. But for the opposition and RSS baiters, especially the Congress, the Prime Minister's praise for RSS in his Independence Day speech is a huge red flag. Akhilesh Yadav is branding RSS a divisive organization, and the DMK has taken umbrage to the fact that PM called RSS the world's biggest NGO.
और ये जो 100 साल पूरे हुए हैं, इनको अंग्रेजों को बधाई देनी चाहिए, क्योंकि सुनने में आता है और कुछ इतिहासकार ये लिखते हैं कि कुछ संगठन अंग्रेजों ने बनाए थे जिससे भारत को धर्म के आधार पर विभाजित किया जा सके, हिंदू और मुसलमान की खाई पैदा की जा सके।
52 साल तो तिरंगा ही नहीं फहराया, जंग आजादी के अंदर कोई योगदान नहीं रहा। आजाद हिंद फौज जब लड़ रही थी तो आजाद हिंद फौज से साथ लड़ने के लिए ब्रिटिश फौज के अंदर भर्ती के लिए आह्वान कर रहे थे।
I shudder to think that the Prime Minister chose to speak about the RSS from the Red Fort on Independence Day. He spoke about the RSS that had burnt copies of our constitution, that had said all kinds of things against Baba Saheb Ambedkar.
The Congress wasted no time in calling the Prime Minister's praise for the RSS the most troubling element of his speech and a breach of the constitutional and secular republic. Some in the Congress have also linked the PM's RSS message to Mohan Bhagwat's recent remarks on leaders above 75, making waves suggesting that this is an attempt at appeasing the Sangh in the run-up to the next birthday. AIM Chief Asduddin Owaisi has also launched a sharp attack on the Prime Minister, calling his RSS tribute an insult to the freedom struggle. Owaisi has accused the Sangh of being British foot soldiers who never joined the independence movement, hating Gandhi more than the British, and spreading division with an ideology that he says is against the Constitution. He warned that while China is an external threat, the greater danger lies within, in the hate and division spread by the Sangh Parivar. Samajwadi Party and DMK too are slamming the PM's RSS acknowledgement. Let's quickly take this across now to our guest. Joining us with us is Charu Pragya, BJP's national spokesperson, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Advocate Umar Junaidi, political analyst, is joining us. Dr. Pavan Rao Ambedkar is AIMIM spokesperson. Dr. Pavan Rao Ambedkar, the Prime Minister choosing to talk about the role of RSS in nation building and on its centenary year, the contribution that it has made. Why are the opposition parties seeing this as some kind of a conspiracy because clearly the kind of responses from the role of the RSS in the freedom struggle to the recent divisions between the BJP and the RSS on various issues, all of this appears to be the subject matter of commentary.
A very good evening, Madhav. It's a very strange thing. It's not only strange, it's a very unfortunate that Prime Minister of India using the place Red Fort and in this very important day, that is the Independence Day, he's praising RSS. It's a very strange. First of all, I criticize his praising of RSS. Why? RSS is that organization which hates the democracy. RSS is that organization which supports the casteism. RSS is that organization.
On what basis are you saying on this?
Which race?
Democracy, casteism, what is, let's speak in facts.
I am here with the proof. RSS is that organization which supports the totalitarianism in India. They are not supporting the Indian democracy. Have you heard this book?
Yes, I know this book, and you would also know that the RSS has publicly distanced from several of these views. Are you aware that in Vigyan Bhavan in the national capital, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, very much part of a very public conference, has distanced from some of those views that have been expressed by M.S. Golwalkar in that book, The Bunch of Thoughts. Are you aware of that, sir?
Whether Mr. Mohan Bhagwat has criticizing the Golwalkar's idea, whether Mohan Bhagwat is going to criticize the idea of Hindutva, whether Mohan Bhagwat is going to criticize the making of this India is...
Sir, he has already done so. You are not aware of the facts.
No.
You are not aware of the facts, Mr. Tripathi. Would you like to comment? Harshvardhan Tripathi ji.
Mr. Madhav, it means Mohan Bhagwat is criticizing the idea of Golwalkar.
This is a new idea for you, perhaps. We are all very well aware of it.
No,
Harshvardhan Tripathi
no,
ji.
I'm telling
Harshvardhan Tripathi ji. Sir, the ideological repositioning. The ideological repositioning of the RSS in recent years has been there. One second, just 1 second. I mean, by this yardstick, every statement of Gandhi and Nehru, if you're going to now start looking at those also, there will be some problems 70, 80 years later. Let's be very clear about it. Let me first bring in Mr. Harshvardhan Tripathi on this point. Because ये जो MS Golwalkar की जो position थी, Harshvardhan Tripathi, कई दशकों बाद RSS ने अपनी position काफी change कर दी है. Is it correct to tie RSS's position with what is being called casteist or anti-democratic or totalitarian views of Madhav Rao Sadavshivrao Golwalkar?
माधव जी, सबसे पहले तो ये कि हम सबको स्वतंत्र सोच के साथ स्वतंत्र भारत में रहने के लिए और बेहतर होने के लिए शुभकामनाएं। मुझे बड़ा आश्चर्य होता है कितने दोहरे चरित्र के लोग हैं। राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ के संस्थापक सरसंघचालक डॉक्टर केशव राव बलिराम हेडगेवार 1921 में असहयोग आंदोलन में जेल जाते हैं। 1 साल तक जेल में रहते हैं। कब? 1921। संघ तब बना नहीं था। 1925 में संघ बनता है और उसके बाद देश भर में स्वयं जंगल सत्याग्रह में 1930-31 में डॉक्टर केशव राव बलिराम हेडगेवार और उनके साथ जाने कितने स्वयंसेवक। 1942 में जब अंग्रेजों भारत छोड़ो आंदोलन महात्मा गांधी ने आह्वान किया तो गोलवलकर जी ने बहुत स्पष्ट तौर पर स्वयंसेवकों को कहा कि आप इस आंदोलन में अपनी भूमिका निभाइए। अरुणा आसफ अली ने कहा कि हमको क्रांतिकारियों को छिपने के लिए, रहने के लिए, भूमिगत होने के लिए स्वयंसेवक जगह देते थे। जो कांग्रेस के सोलापुर के कांग्रेस के नेता थे, उन्होंने कहा, गणेश बापूजी सिंहकर, उन्होंने कहा कि संघ की भूमिका शानदार है। अब गांधी जी के संदर्भ को सबको याद है कि गांधी जी ने कहा कि ऐसा संगठन जो जाति पाति छुआछूत भेदभाव में यकीन नहीं करता। सवाल यह है कि आज जो प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा इसको कैसे देखना चाहिए। माधव जी, ये हमारे लोकतंत्र की जीत है। जो स्वतंत्र हुए हम अंग्रेजों की गुलामी से, हमारी 5000 वर्षों की जो सभ्यता है उसकी जीत है कि लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से हमने वो बात साबित की जो एक परिवार अपनी सत्ता के लिए सिर्फ झूठ बोलता रहा सिर्फ। और इसको जरा समझिए, कांग्रेसी नेता ही थे डॉक्टर केशव राव बलिराम हेडगेवार, डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी कांग्रेसी नेता ही थे, जनसंघ के संस्थापक थे। सवाल यह है कि क्या एक परिवार के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी बनी थी? क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी का गठन इसलिए हुआ था कि वो नेहरू और गांधी परिवार को सत्ता में रखेगी? अगर इसको आप समझ लेंगे तो समझ में आ जाएगा कि आज की ये पीड़ा क्यों है.
Okay, Advocate Umar Junaidi, I want you to respond to that because the question over here that is being raised by Harshvardhan Tripathi is that why is it that you're so quick to forget the role of those within the right wing who are part of the freedom struggle? And you've heard the examples, I don't want to repeat them, that has been cited by Harshvardhan Tripathi. Your response, Advocate Junaidi.
First of all, I would like to wish all your viewers of the channel the 79th Independence Day of India. And today it was a day wherein we would have been expecting Narendra Modi coming on the dais and speaking about the developments in the 79 years and what will be the future plans of the development in the country. But Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi chose to praise RSS. That RSS who did not hoist flag for 52 years, that RSS who burned the copies of Samvidhan, the Constitution of India. So the point what really is of a debate is why does the Narendra Modi chose that political that constitutional post and the area to praise an organization which is independent. It is not a government organization. It would have been army, it would have been air force, it would have been any other government agency he would have chose to praise about. But he chose to praise RSS just to appease them on the basis of the recent remarks by the Mohan Bhagwat. It might be a reason, or it might be that the pressure of the RSS to come on the mic on 15th of August and declare RSS as the
So what is
biggest
unconstitutional
NGO
in this? What is unconstitutional in this according to you? What is illegal, unconstitutional? What is inappropriate in this?
Constitutional position of a prime minister is being used to advertise an independent organization of India.
It's an independent organization. I'm very glad you said that it's an independent and not a political organization because that is often the charge. But if he has said that RSS he is from and he has become the Prime Minister of this country, he says that there is a lot of selfless service that happens at the grassroots level. This is what the Prime Minister is saying. So what is the issue over here?
I belong to a party or organization, and that party or organization has given me the highest positions, has enrooted me to the higher positions. Definitely I will be faithful, and that is the point. But using the government positions, the constitutional positions in order to show your faith is unconstitutional is what I feel.
Okay, Charu Pragya is unconstitutional. You cannot mention parties or the organizations that you come from. If you are Prime Minister, this is the argument of Umar Junaidi. And is this some way of trying to appease the RSS after the recent reports of some kind of difference between the government or the BJP and the RSS?
Madhav, namaste and Jai Hind to you and all our viewers today. Wishing everyone a very happy Independence Day. This speech our Prime Minister makes from the ramparts of the Red Fort every year is a celebration of Bharat. It's a celebration of those who have contributed to Bharat's journey. And one of the biggest contributors has been RSS. The PM was acknowledging a centenary, 100 years of service, and 100 years of service not just to the public, but in times of, natural disasters, in times of war. Nehruji himself had invited the RSS at the time of 1962 India-China war and acknowledged and praised them publicly. So Nehruji can praise them, but today's Congress has a problem with these issues. RSS has done everything from, organizing blood donation camps to nurturing discipline in lakhs of youngsters today, and they do it without asking for votes. They do it without any symbol. And what is their purpose? Humanity, nation building, Bharat. That is it. That's their purpose. And if Modi ji acknowledges them, like he's acknowledged so many other organizations and efforts and movements in the last 11, 12 years of his being Prime Minister, I applaud him today. I think the problem of the opposition is that they feel even social service should come with the Congress ideology and nothing else. And what is the Congress doing today? Nitpicking at a speech which covered every single issue of importance. We are setting national milestones. We are setting national goals. We are achieving a dream that 140 crore Indians are seeing together. Congress has an issue because all of this makes them completely irrelevant. In fact, I'd like to add on to what our Honorable Prime Minister said. Any organization that is working on ground in the most difficult of situations, do you remember Kerala? What happened after the tsunami there? Do you remember Gujarat after the floods, the landslides in Uttarakhand? Who turned up first? Who was the one who was making sure that people at least had, clean water to drink and food to eat? So whenever there is a problem in our country, the first person standing in line is a Swayam Sevak, and I salute them and I applaud them today, and I thank my Prime Minister for acknowledging.
Quick response from all other panelists. Umar Junaidi, quick response. What do you have to say about the service track record, and which is why the Prime Minister applauded the RSS?
Madhav, the same RSS who did not hoist flag for 52 years, Narendra Modi praises that organization. The same RSS who burnt the copies of Constitution, the same RSS who said the Manusmriti will be the Constitution of India, that is the RSS Narendra Modi was praising about. And the national spokesperson of BJP talks about the
Constitution of India, how?
1 minute. Can you come back to the present? Can you come back in a
Madhav, there are several groups and several organizations who do the work of the service humanity. It is there is a Khalsa group who were present in the Kerala flood. There is a Khalsa group who were present in the Assam flood and several other floods. If you want to appreciate a particular organization, why not other organizations as well? But you want only RSS to be praised. You want RSS. You chose RSS because you don't want to retire at the age of 75. That is the whole point. The controversy is created is an organization has impacted you so bad that you use the constitutional position to make your ranks high. Is the point that Narendra Modi made very clear with the...
Okay, Charu Pragya, questions on RSS not hoisting the national flag. There are questions of what has prompted. Is there some pressure on the Prime Minister to make such comments? These are the charges coming in from Omar Junaidi. Quick response.
The integration of RSS and BJP is ideological, and it is ideological because we all stand up and proudly say India first, Bharat first. And I don't think the opposition has the courage to say such a simple line because they've been speaking their dynasties. They are the kind of people who give themselves a Bharat Ratna. They cannot understand people who selflessly serve and have been doing so for 100 years. I think today when they are screaming and shouting and opposing this very, very important milestone and acknowledgement, it is because they realize they have failed.
Is it an acknowledgement of your failure?
Are you calling Prime Minister?
Tell me one incident.
Prime Minister Nehru called them, praised them, acknowledged them. Are you calling him wrong?
It might be.
Say it. No, just say Prime Minister Nehru was wrong to acknowledge and praise the RSS. Let's just say that and be done with it.
It is the duty of every Indian to say India first.
Junaidi Saab, just say PM Nehru was wrong. बोल ही दो. बोल दो. या तो PM Nehru को wrong बता दो.
Narendra Modi
He's also saying that the RSS and PM Nehru selective थोड़ी हो सकते हो. एक की स्पीच पसंद आ रही है, दूसरी की स्पीच
Okay, let me bring in Harshvardhan Tripathi. Harshvardhan Tripathi, ये जो ideological positioning की जा रही है, that is perhaps the reason why we are seeing opposition parties come out and attack the RSS. They are saying that ये एक ऐसी organization है जिसने कई दशकों तक ट्राइकलर को, तिरंगे को सम्मान नहीं दिया. There are many controversial positions of RSS also, and that has to be considered. Is the argument coming in from Omar Junaidi and Pawan Rao Ambedkar?
देखिए माधव जी, इनसे क्या बात करें, जो बार बार एक शब्द इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है. इसमें अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल क्या है भाई? कोई धारा बताओ, कोई अनुच्छेद बताओ, कोई उपखंड बताओ. पढ़ाई लिखाई बिना किए सिर्फ टीवी पर आ जाना है, कुछ भी बोलते रहना है. राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ, अगर आप ये कह रहे हैं कि उसको जनता स्वीकार नहीं कर रही है और दूसरी तरफ आप कह रहे हैं कि सब जगह संघी भर गए हैं, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी से लेकर नरेंद्र मोदी संघ के प्रचारक थे, तो जो कि हैं वो, और संघ के प्रचारक के कोई छिपे हुए तो थे नहीं. तानाशाही के समय लोगों को छिपना पड़ा था. तानाशाही इंदिरा गांधी की तो लोगों को जेल जाना पड़ा था. उस वक्त संघ के लोग भी जेल गए थे. जब स्वतंत्रता संग्राम सेनानी के तौर पर पहले सरसंघ चालक का नाम दर्ज है, तो ये सवाल क्यों खड़ा करना चाहिए? इसका मतलब कि एक परिवार को सत्ता में रखने के लिए ये बेईमानी हुई. और फिर मैं कह रहा हूं, कांग्रेस पार्टी जो आजादी के पहले की थी और आजादी के बाद की थी, दोनों में फर्क है. पहले वाली कांग्रेस स्वतंत्रता संग्राम के लिए थी, बाद वाली नेहरू गांधी परिवार को सत्ता.
We'll have to leave it there. Harshvardhan Tripathi, Charu Pragya, Advocate Umar Junaidi, Dr. Pawan Rao Ambedkar. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening. Slipping into a quick break for now.
When the stakes are high.